Hello subscribers, this is yours truly JBlue68 coming to you with yet another video. Before I get into this video, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel or liking, sharing, and commenting. Please continue to do so and tap the notification bell so you can get more vids like this as I post them immediately. Well, this is going to be my next comic book haul. These are my late comic book arrivals, and these books were actually released in the month of March, this day being April 1st, Saturday. As I mentioned, these books are late, but better late than never. I want to go ahead and share these books with you in this comic book haul that I hope that you will enjoy. And this is a mixed bag of comics from DC, Marvel, and some independent comic book companies as well. So let's go ahead and get into this haul again. First up, we have this incredible cover from Jeff Lemire's Swamp Thing Green Hell. This is from DC's Black Label. This is book number 3, and this is the last book in this particular saga of Swamp Thing. With contributors Doug Mahnke, Sean Mole, and David Baron. Let's actually just take a look at some of the artwork from the pages in here, because I find the artwork in this book to be incredible. Incredible. You can see that? Get my arm out of the way, yeah. All right. And again, this is by writer Jeff Lemire, who's also the writer of, or was the writer for the series 10,000 Black Feathers. I think that was with 10,000 Black Feathers. Was it Boom Studios or IDW or one of them? I got a little glare going on there. Let's just kind of move this around there so I can get that out of there. Oh, it's still there. Let's see. Okay, yep, that's a lot better. So I just want you to see the artwork from the pages of this book. It's kind of an oversized comic. A little bit on the expensive side, but very, very well worth it. Okay. So I want you to see some of that there. Okay, we're going to move along, and here is the back of the book. We either die out there and on open water, or we die here fighting for our home. Ain't no choice at all. The earth is all but done. The last remnants of humanity cling to a mountaintop island lost in endless floodwater. The parliaments of the green, the red, and the rot all agree it's time to wipe the slate clean and start the cycle of life over again. To do so, they've united their powers to summon an avatar, one of the most horrific monsters who ever stalked the surface of the Forsaken Planet. Against a creature like that, there can be no fighting back unless you have a soldier who understands the enemy, someone who has used its tactics before, someone like Alec Holland. Shame he's been dead for decades. One of the greatest artists in modern DC history, Doug Mahnke, who's a contributor to JLA and Final Crisis, joins Jeff Lemire, writer of Sweet Tooth and Gideon Falls, two very, very good comic book stories, on this gory, gruesome monster mash where the fate of humanity rests in the hands of someone who isn't human at all. And of course, that's Swamp Thing. All right? All right. And then next up, we get into The Adventures of Superman, John Kent, from the Dawn of DC storyline. This is book number 1. And I've heard a lot of good reviews of this story, so I can't wait to read it. It's the next chapter in the saga of the Super Son. Okay. Or the Super Sons. Then a book I've been waiting for the longest. Man, finally here. Keanu Reeves, Berserker. Of course, we know Keanu Reeves just came out with his latest John Wick movie, John Wick 4, which I haven't seen because I haven't seen the other films yet. But this is a very, very good series. I'm very impressed by it. I think Keanu Reeves, along with Matt Kent, Ron Garney, and Bill Crabtree, have done a fabulous job. This is the end of the first saga of this story, and I think the next part will begin sometime either later this year or next year. Highly recommended for reading in the Keanu Reeves universe. Berserker number 4 from Boom Studios. Okay. Also from Boom Studios, we have Behold Behemoth. Very good story. I've been reading this. This is issue number 4. by Tate Brumball and Nick Robles. It's basically a story dealing with monsters and creatures in a post-apocalyptic dystopian type time period. I've enjoyed what I've read so far. It's a little bizarre, but I think it's very well written and conceived. Okay, Behold Behemoth, number 4. And then from Dark Horse Comics, I actually just did a review of this last week. This is book number 2 of Blue Book, written by James Tynion IV. I can't wait to read issue number 2. By the time this is posted, I have already read this book. Okay, this just goes to show how far behind I am in my comic book reading. But I can't wait to read this. Blue Book issue number 2. Also from Dark Horse Comics, we get Clear number 1, and I've heard a lot of good reviews about this book. I was watching, what is his name? What is his name? I'm trying to think of it. The gentleman whose channel I watch all the time. Comic Book Philosophers. And his review of this book. So he inspired me to buy it. So it's in my haul. Can't wait to read it. Okay, Clear number 1. And then, of course, me being the huge Godzilla fan that I am, we have our next Godzilla book in the Godzilla saga from IDW Comics. Very expensive comic here, $7.99, Godzilla Rivals, written by Del Liquanti. And I am not going to try to pronounce that other name on the title of this book. But this deals with Mothra and Titanosaurus. All right, 2 of my favorite monsters from the old Godzilla movies that came out in the 70s. All right. Then again, back to Boom Studios, we have House of Slaughter, which of course is a spin-off story. Spin-off story from the Something is Killing the Children series. And this is book number 13, The Butcher's Return, part 3. Very interesting looking cover there. All right. And then we get into the McFarlane Spawn verse with issue number 16 of Scorch from Image Comics. Okay. Another creepy cover there. That almost looks like the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt, doesn't it? That's what that looks like, and that is really creepy. I like that. Okay. Also from the Spawn verse, we have Gunslinger number 18. We have this wicked clown on the cover. He also looks very creepy. This is issue number 18 from the Spawn universe. Okay. Then from writer Mark Millar, we have Nemesis Reloaded and Jorge Jimenez. This is issue number 3 of that series. I think I might be missing book number 2. I think I am. I have book number 1, which I still haven't read yet. As I always say in my comic book haul videos, I'm behind on my reading. So, all right. We'll get to it eventually. And so ends the first lot of comic books. Okay. We're going to get now into all of our Marvel comics that we collected, that we've attained, starting with issue number 1 of Doctor Strange. I think it's written by Jed MacKay. Very nice cover there. This is a starting over point for Doctor Strange. I've also heard good reviews of this. And I believe that Marvel has also put out a short box of this very same cover. I want to get that. Actually, I have it on reserve at one of my local comic book shops. So yeah, can't wait to read that. One of my favorite characters, absolutely. Then we get into this is Chris Cantwell, Hellcat issue number 1 in her own solo series. Very, very nice cover there. I remember this character was brought to life in Jessica Jones. I do not recall the name of the actress that played her, but I think she did a really nice job of bringing Hellcat to life for the first time. That was Jessica Jones Netflix series that was, of course, was canceled a couple of years back. But to my understanding, Jessica Jones, the character, will be, and the actress who played her, will be reprising her role as Jessica Jones in the upcoming Daredevil Born Again series, which should be out, I think, in 2024 or 2025. But this is a Hellcat. And again, I only mentioned Jessica Jones because, again, both characters were in the same series, and I really like how they portrayed and brought her character to live action. All right? But yeah, Hellcat issue number 1. Then we have issue number 2 of Bishop War College. Of course, he is a member of the X-Men. This is one of the many spin-off books from the X-Men series, as I've always said, and anyone who knows Marvel Comics knows, anyone who's familiar with X-Men comics knows that there are so many X-Men books out there. The main title, spin-off series, and then independent books, you know, of telling tales of characters from the X-Men. I think there's a new Gambit and Rogue series out now. It's just too much. But I'm a Bishop fan. This is a limited series. I think it's going to go all the way up to 5 issues. So I just figure, hey, why not? Check it out. Okay. And we have Captain America, issue number 11, Symbol of Truth. Looks like Sam Wilson is in some kind of fight, and he's he doesn't look too well, man. Looks like he needs a new, may need a new pair of glasses, like me. Okay, all right. And then again, like I just said, X-Men. So many X-Men books. Here's X-Men. Here's Immoral X-Men. We've had Immortal X-Men. Here's Immoral X-Men, issue number 2, from the Sins of Sinister story. It looks like these ladies are in some kind of fight going on here between each other. There's a big cat fight going on. All right. And I think this is written by Kieran Gillen with DeVito and Charlene Peters. Charlene Peters contributing to the artwork. And then we have Amazing Spider-Man number 22. Very interesting cover there. I think this is written by Zeb Wells, if I'm correct. And then Miles Morales, issue number 4. This series, Miles Morales has started over again, a new starting point for this particular character. I've heard nothing but good reviews about the book, and I say that, I guess, because I haven't read it yet. I will get to it though. And if I'm stumbling over my words, please forgive me. I'm a little tired. It's been a long work week, and I'm filming this at a particular odd time of the day. And then we have spinning out of the Spider-Man stories, we have Red Goblin, issue number 1. This book has been out for some time now, and I also think they have a short box of this particular cover as well. Very cool cover. I like that. And then Red Goblin, issue number 2. Okay. Nice covers there. These almost look like covers that should be out for the Halloween season versus now. But here we are. And then the last issue of Secret Invasion, written by Ryan North with Francisco Mobili and Jordi Belair contributing to this story. And if you have not heard, Secret Invasion was supposed to be out actually this month, March of this year. But it's been pushed, the actual TV series, which will be on Disney Plus, has been pushed back to June, to my understanding. We'll be seeing it in June of this year. Can't wait for that series. But this is the end of the comic book series as we know it. Kind of a precursor to what we'll be seeing, I guess, in the TV series. Okay? A reimagining of a story that came out years ago. Secret Invasion is not new. But this, being that we're on the precipice of the release of the TV show, like all comic book retailers do, they want to promote the story and the series by headlining it with comic book. And what better way to do that? The story, though, may not necessarily be what we'll see in the TV show. But again, here we go. All right. Another X-Men spinoff, X-23. X-23. One of my favorite characters from the X-Men stories. And she had, this is issue number 1. And Laura Kinney is her actual name, the daughter or cloned daughter of Wolverine, Logan. So there she is in Deadly Regenesis. Very cool cover there. Okay, so the ladies are last. Usually the ladies are first. Next we get the Wasp, 60 Years. This is by Ewing, Nee, and Diaz, issue number 3 of her story, miniseries. They did the same thing with Ant-Man. And this is issue number 3 of the Wasp. Love those covers too. And that's it. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So we're back to Doctor Strange. We're gonna actually end this video where we started from, which was with DC Comics. Let's see, put Marvel down there and put this back up here. I so love comics. I can't even express that enough. As I said in the video that I did on the review of Blue Book, you know, comic books are just, to me, a nice way of, venturing into the imagination, getting you out of reality, you know, especially all the mess that's going on in the world right now. And there's a lot going on. You know, unfortunately, it's not good. But it is good to say that we still have some good things left in the world. And one of those things are comic books. I encourage you to read them. Support your local comic book shops. Definitely, they need it. And as I mentioned before, we're actually coming up. Well, this actually is the weekend of C2E2, by the way. I was supposed to be there. That's Chicago Comic Con, but things came up in my life personally that prevented me from going. I haven't been to Chicago Comic Con in about 3 years, so I really missed not being there. I wish I was. Hopefully I will next year, but I am planning on going to New York Comic Con, which will be in October of this year, and then also in my own state here in Michigan, Motor City Comic Con, which will be coming up in May, about a month from now, or a month and a half from now, May the 19th to the 21st, I believe. I'll be there for at least 2 days, and we have an extraordinary lineup of celebs that will be there. I'll share that with you later. And then also Free Comic Book Day, which will be May the 6th, on Saturday, the day after the release of Marvel's MCU's Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy, which comes out May the 5th, Friday. Its worldwide release will be on May the 5th, Friday. I'll be there. I'm going to see the special premiere probably the night before, which will be on May the 4th. So it's going to be a busy month for me, exciting month. I'm looking forward to it, God willing, that we have a planet still and that we're all still alive. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this video, this comic book haul. Thank you for joining me. Again, read a comic book. Peace, love, and hair grease.